On the 50% mandatory bills and expenses, we were very specific. Again, we talked about school fees payment being one of the special category, and it's a need, and everyone else knows it is a need. It might not be a need for you now, most especially if you don't have children or you don't have people you pay in school. But if you do, that you have people you pay in school, this teaching will benefit you. And we're talking about school fees payment. It is one of the things that brings trauma in the mind of many parents or even caregivers or caretakers, whoever it is in charge of paying school fees. Now, because of this, many times people have not managed to pay, or if they have managed to pay, they oftenly wululate. I don't know if that's the right English, but yes, they would scream, okay, and say, this month or this year or this particular season, we cannot do a number of things because we have paid school fees. And it's true. Before we discovered, yes, it's very, very true that school fees payment can be one of the heaviest things. But I want you to be delivered from this particular one. And one of the things that I will not talk about now, but in future, or in one of my videos that you will find, is that first choose a school that you can afford. Choose schools that you can afford, that you can be able to pay. When we talk about affordability, again, I am going to explain. To be able to afford something means even when you make payments, it does not enter, whatever you're making payment for, does not in any way enter into the budget of other things that you have already programmed. Or it does not go off your 50%, the mandatory bills and expenses. So that's what we're saying. So school fees is very key. So how many children are you paying? Or how many children do you have? You cannot run away from school fees. It's a need. School is a need. Apparently, every parent is supposed to be in position to pay school fees or caretaker or caregivers. Now, the aspects will come here. You need to plan and budget for your fees on monthly or on your income basis. Okay, whichever is you. Okay, you need to budget for it. So how do you budget for it? Now you could be having a toddler, a child who is still maybe 2 months or even 3 months old. You need to begin to pay school fees now. Okay, so and someone is asking now, I know, how then is it possible? Because they are going to go to school, because you know that they will go to school, begin to slowly pay their school fees now. So what it means is you open up an account or you have a savings specifically for those child or for the children that you have. Now, when you open up your savings account, you begin to slowly deposit on monthly basis what you have apportioned as school fees for this particular child. Okay, so you take, because if they are still young and they're not school going, it gives you even enough duration to be able to save enough money. As they start, it will find you very, very ready. Don't wait until when they are now there, that they are ready to go, they are ready to go to school. Then you begin to say, oh, this child, we need to take this child to school, and you fail to pay. But you have to begin to pay now. Okay, now school fees payment never stops even when school stops. Okay, when school stops, I mean when children come for holidays, or when, most especially when they come for holidays, when they sit the end of year term. Most times some people give up now and think now there's no need to continue to pay school fees. So in Ugandan curriculum, I won't say about the Ugandan curriculum, people wait until February when they are going back to school, and everyone wants to prepare the January or the February salary to offset their children to school. And that means many things will have to stop. We can tell even from our economy, the moment it is a school fees month, most things are not moving. Most businesses slow down. Why? Because the purchasing power has gone down, and all the focuses has gone to school fees payment. So now that is because of poor planning and poor way of paying school fees. School fees must be paid in installment. You must pay in installment. That means every particular of budgeting time, there's an amount that you pay. I want to take an example of this. You have a school fees of 300,000 or 400,000, and you earn about 600,000. So if you earn 600,000, if you take away 400,000 just to pay school fees, you can imagine that is more than 50% of your budget. So that means that that particular month you cannot meet many things. So if you have 2, 3 children, are you able to pay that school fees? No. But how can you pay? So that means before that month comes, in the previous month, you have been consuming. So on your first month, you are saving maybe 50,000 because your earning is about just 600. You are saving 50 or 100,000. Okay, this is the first month. The second month, you are saving the same amount. The third month, you're saving the same amount. By the time they are off from school and they want to go back, you already have full school fees for the following term because you have been saving throughout the months, and somehow you do not feel the pain of that saving. Okay, so in the months that they will be home for holidays, as you continue to pay school fees like that, you will not struggle to pay it. It becomes a little easier to make it, to pay it that way. Now, this will allow you to be able to pay even many children because you are doing a fair distribution. Now, paying of school fees does not stop you now from consumption or living a life that you are called to live. Okay? In some instances, we have had people say, because there's always a fight or things that fire back, and people say, I have paid your school fees during your school fees time, we struggled, I did what? And so now you are disturbing me, okay? You have become something else. Yes, it's because most times you're paying school fees, there's pain. People experience a lot of pain. People experience a lot of pain in paying it, and they expect high returns after that. But you can choose not to. You can choose to pay them in installment. So change your format of paying school fees, change the approach, and ensure that it is factored in your budget on monthly basis. This will give you a financial freedom. Just get down to the link and you'll watch more of our teachings. God bless you.